Hi, Shotzi here again. We're now in the second installment of this photo from Italy, just of a man walking. I really liked just his posture and the white shirt and something about the dynamic of this other man next to him watching him. Continuing to fine-tune the shirt, the light spots, the dark spots. Same with his hair. Just get the shapes a little bit closer, the relative values a little bit closer. As per usual, I don't spend much time in any one place. Continue to move around, move around, move around. In fact, when I put something down that I'm not happy with, it's even more important to move. Otherwise, I'm going to be painting from anxiety and frustration rather than joy and pleasure. And I will be tighter and probably less accurate because I'll be too anxious about the detail. Putting in some more of the backgrounds. This is sort of the road that he's crossing, or maybe a sidewalk. There you get a nice view of my armpit. Still learning about how to do these time-lapse paintings. Bring some more darks in. He's got these dark sunglasses. The man next to him has very dark hair. And the sun is not really catching the back of his shirt, so it's quite dark. Here, using negative space to define further the shape of the hand. When I put in dark, I put it in quite dark. Usually I like to exaggerate how dark I made something or how light I make it. It will dry, the darks dry a little bit lighter and the lights dry a little bit darker. But also it just helps me see the dark shape. I can always pull it back as needed, but being able to see the dynamic is much easier when the lights are very light and the darks are very dark. Fine-tuning his face, his jawline, then move to his hands, move to the other guy, constantly going back and forth. And comparing them in terms of their shape and their size, but also in terms of their value and their color. Really focus on the figures during this installment, much more than the background. I felt like the background is close enough and the bodies are defined well enough in terms of their relative size that I can now work within each of them. And notice how between the figures and the background is a good hard edge to really separate them from their background. But within each figure, the edges tend to be much softer, more gradual. That's a sort of a little trick in helping see the figure as separate from its background using hard edges. But the folds in the shirt are all connected, or his hair or skin or anything like that. Now putting some more background, but also using it to just modify slightly, fine-tune slightly the shape of the figure, the shape of the shirt. Use that negative space, the background. Continuing to just make slight changes, moving all around. Where do I see really light? Where do I see really dark? Just trying to be patient. If I hang in there, I'll get the figures where I want them to be. I'll get the entire painting where I want it to be. If I just remain patient and persistent, sometimes I'll change things dramatically. You've seen me in earlier films wiping everything off and starting again. You can see the photo I'm not worried about exact likeness. I'm using that as a reference to give me an idea of what I want. All right, that's it for this second installment. We'll be doing another one or two. Thank you and hope to see you soon.